Well, Charles, welcome back, and you're the first person to get your opinion on this request show, and that show's name is Talking Technical. So, well, there you are. Well, if you look at the share name wedding events, I've never seen this chart before, and that's the beauty about technical analysis. You can use almost any chart, and you can get a picture of what the share price would like to do. Well, if I look at this, Charles, look at the share. It built a beautiful consolidation here. And I almost got excited when I put up the share because I thought, wow, here it is. We've got the breakout here. But what do we see here? We saw this rally from almost zero. Let's go, you can almost say 0.24 all the way up to 0.24. That's from almost 1 cent to 24 cents. And now it's sitting at 6 cents. So, Charles, I'm a little bit nervous. I think this market already had some pullback. There must be some of the big counters that maybe give you some better chances. But, I mean, maybe you know something that we don't know. This is the support here, this massive support, this consolidation. So, for me personally, it must break above 15 cents. It must hold above 15 cents. So, yes, if it holds there, buy it above 15 cents. Make use of a stop loss of 10 cents. And where's your targets? First of all, this nice target up here, 24 cents. Then it can go to 26 cents and even as high as 30 cents. I think this is the second request on Guardian Health that we've got in a few weeks. Maybe some viewers know, and I couldn't remember the first viewer's name of a few weeks ago. I mean, look at this stock. I mean, it was just hammered to pieces, and Jonathan is asking about it. Jonathan, I mean, it's just you can almost say consecutive lower lows. There you've seen a little bit of a blip and then it carries on. And there's another blip. For me, I mean, it must be oversold, I think, by now. Let's have a look there. There you are. Let's just have a look there. If it can break above this line, and I mean, if a stock is like this, it must be oversold. It's 0.29. Above 2.9, it can easily break a little bit higher, but I will use a very strict stop loss, and my stop loss will be 17 cents, American cents. If it goes below 17 American cents, it can easily go even lower, and what I don't like about it, look at this trend. This trend is 100% to the downside. Let's maybe just see if we get some sort of line where it can... Oh no, you see, it doesn't even touch any lines there, so I'm a little bit nervous. No, unfortunately, Jonathan, only buy it above that, stick to your tight stop loss, and the first target to the top will be 47 cents, 58 cents, 69 cents, and even as 84 cents. So I think you've got a lot of hope here. This is almost like a horse that you're betting in the July. It's either going to win you a lot of money or you're going to lose money. So if that's the case, I always say, trade tiny around these levels, know that you can go wrong, and usually remember these kind of stocks, they are not that liquid in the bigger company. So you can maybe buy it and then you struggle to sell it and then suddenly you burn your fingers. So go in, go small, and if it does higher lows, then you can always add to the position. I don't think this is the time to add, but maybe a nibble, you can maybe try your best there. Well, we've got a request on a commodity company. That was quite interesting because I thought we will get more requests on that. But who asked about? Jan is asking about Fortesque Metals in the Australian market. Now, Jan, what worries me a little bit, you know, if the commodities are flying, you usually find that these shares are almost right at the top. But with Fortesque, it's something different now. It was as low as $13. It went up as high as $22, and now it's trading at $18.66. And what do we see? We see a high, and then it goes down, another lower high, and maybe another lower low below $17.59. So, Jan, this makes me a little bit nervous. I will not, if the commodities are, look, most commodities are at 6, 8 months, 12 months, 3 years highs. I mean, look at palladium. I mean, that is flying. So, Jan, for me personally, maybe you've got the stock. You didn't say that you want to buy it or you want to sell it. But for me, if you still got the stock, I will get very nervous if it breaks below 17.75, because then it can go lower and even reach for 16.92 and even 16.02. And I will only get positive if this little support there, this resistance, and there you are. I'm going to combine those lines for you. There you are. If it breaks above, there you are, 19.48, then I can maybe say the trend wants to go back to the upside and use a stop loss of 1767. But for me personally, I'm a little bit nervous because if you know, and I hope that we've got time because I've got Sasol on the list. And somebody asked about Sasol and said, Frans, if the oil price is running like it is doing now, why is Sasol not making new highs? And that is always the case of a company like Fortesque. You must ask yourself, why is the investors a little bit shy to buy the share? Well, Fred is asking about JD.com. Well, Fred, I mean, this was one of the favorites of the market. I mean, I can remember in 2020 when COVID was rife, it just rallied and everybody was just mad about it. And look what happened. It went all the way up to this high of 107. Now it's just sitting at 58. What I don't like about it, Fred, is just have a look here. There was quite a strong support there. There you are. And if you look at that, there's a triangle formation. Just want to combine that line correctly. There you are. There's a triangle formation. And for me, if it breaks below that, it looks like for me a descending triangle. That will make me very nervous. And where can it go to? I just want to bring it back. So I think you may be a little bit early to buy JDcom. I think with all the sanctions on Russia, suddenly some of these internet companies are not in favor. So it can maybe go down all the way down to 34.56. So for me, it's definitely not a buy. Unfortunately, if it gets back above this line, 62.92, I will change my tune and say above 62.92, it can maybe bounce back and reach for this resistance line, 86. It is early days. I'm afraid it only above that line, I will be happy, and then I will make use of a stop loss of 60. For me personally, the chart does not look that attractive. In actual fact, it looks like it's losing momentum and it can go even a little bit lower. Here we've got another request for a local company, Visual International Holdings. Well, Simon is asking about it. Now, Simon, I mean, look at the share. First of all, look at these erratic moves. It goes up from, you can say, 6 cents to 8 cents in one day. Then it goes back to 6 cents. For me, I'm always a little bit nervous on that because that tells me that if you buy the stock, you must buy it in a dip. You mustn't chase it because look what happened here. The guy that actually decided on this 8 cents, maybe let's just show you. Here you are. The guy decided, listen, 8 cents is my level to buy. But the day when he wanted to buy it, from 8 cents, it went straight in one day to, there you are, it went to 12 cents in one day. And the next day, it was at 16 cents. So it just shows you that momentum was just so steep. When it really started to kick in, it rallied. So for me personally, same thing here. I'll wait for 4 cents. I'm going to use that same line if you don't mind. There you are. I'll buy it above 4 cents. My stop loss will be, I'll buy it above 5 cents. My stop loss will be 4 cents. And that's always difficult because from 5 cents to 4 cents, maybe it's the same like that other share. Just buy a little bit. And then you say to yourself, let's make use of the stop loss of 3 cents. But of course, then don't go in and buy 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000. I know it's just a little bit of money. I mean, look at it. This guy that had it at 16 cents, he was quite happy. He thought, wow, there's a good investment. And now it's back at 4 cents. So I'm a little bit nervous. I don't like the chart. The chart looks like it's building on a massive consolidation here. Maybe we can see if we can maybe go just volume and see if we can maybe see some volume here. Maybe that will make well, there's the volume spike. That makes me a little bit excited, but then it must get above that 5 cents. Simon, for me, below 5 cents, I'm a little bit nervous, but this volume tells me that there was some buyers in these days when something didn't go, well, if it was just flat, nobody was worried about the share. Somebody came in and bought quite a lot of that, and that changes my tune a little bit. I will stick to my stop loss of 3 cents. Well, Rashid was asking about Sasol, and he wanted to know why is Sasol not flying because the oil price is flying. And then I looked at the chart and I said, okay, that's very interesting. And the reason why Sasol is not flying is quite simple. Let's just go back. Can you guys see there's a little gap there? And that gap there is between, there you are, there. Let's just zoom it out a little bit. right, so that I can get the exact levels. We can always come back to it. There you are. There it is. It is between 389.20 and 430. The other day, it went as high as, there you are, just want to get it. There you are, there you are, there you are. It went as high as 407.98. So there's a gap between 407.98 and 430. That means if you look at the chart, and let's just go to a weekly chart here to give you an idea. If you look at the weekly chart and you draw in a line, and that's close to that level of 400 Rand, you can see there is some massive resistance at around this level where the gap is. Now remember, the gap will not be visible on a weekly chart because that gap is a daily chart. Look at it. There was a support, quite a nice support. There was that head and shoulder that everybody was talking about, and we said it can maybe go down to 55. There was a big one that said it can go to 125. But for me personally, it must get above this level of 407.98 to make me excited that we can maybe work on that momentum to the top. And I know the oil price is rallying and everybody is excited about it. But remember, this overhang resistance that we've got at that level of 407.98 tells us that the day when that window opened and the share fell below that from 430 to 407.98, those sellers, they are still in the market and they're nervous and they still want that gap to be closed. So that is the important question to say, why is it not performing? And it's still a gap and there's an overhang resistance that is keeping Sasol back. Well, that's the end of the show. Visit our website www.fransdeklerk.com for more info and we will chat again.